Well, hey, neighbor, it's me, Angie. Come on in. This is our live neighborhood chat. Yeah, I didn't put up a I thank y'all for coming and visiting me today. I'm glad y'all were here. And I'm going to have to tell you all that I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And I will have my neighborhood. Hey, 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 come on in, neighbors. There is my twin, Claudette. Love you. So glad you're here. I am feeling pretty good today. I woke up at 4:30 this morning, but I went to bed kind of early last night. Hey, Josie. Welcome in. Y'all, Josie, I'm going to announce this. She may not want me to or not, but Josie has a birthday coming up this Saturday. So if you're in her auction Saturday, don't forget to wish her a happy birthday. I don't think she'll mind though. She's like me. She don't mind another year. She's just glad she's here. You know, that's the way I look at it. People dread birthdays. They don't want to turn a certain age. They don't want to, do this or that. But I'm very thankful that I'm here another day. So birthdays do not bother me. Actually, I'm kind of glad to see the birthdays, But Josie and Pam have a live tomorrow. Their Friday live together on Josie's channel. And then Josie and I have our the Calm Before the Storm monthly show March the 9th. I'm pretty sure it's the 9th. Yeah, my memory is just going. I don't know what the deal is. Let me look at my calendar. I thought when I quit work I was going to get away from a calendar, but I'm not. It's the 13th. It's the second Thursday of every month. It's the 13th. It was on the 9th the last month, I think. Yeah, it's the 13th. But I think Josie has the thumbnail up. She's really good about getting thumbnails up. I procrastinate about getting thumbnails up. I'm not too good with that. But I want to get better. Let's see. Hey, Rhonda, how are you doing? Welcome in. Yes, Josie. Amen, sister. So what are y'all doing today? Tomorrow I'll get a surprise. Well, it's not really on good circumstances, but it's going to be good for me. Taylor and Matt had a high school teacher that taught history. And his name was Mr. McGuire, but they called him Goose because he coached basketball and all this stuff. And he passed away. So Matt and Berkeley are driving up tomorrow afternoon when Matt gets off work. And then Saturday, Matt and Taylor are going to go to the services of Mr. McGuire. And James and I will keep Berkeley and Lincoln for them while they do that. But it was one of their favorite teachers. And so even though Mr. McGuire has passed away, I get the benefit of having my son and granddaughter come visit for a night and a day. But Mr. McGuire, when I taught at the school, he was just such a nice person. He was a legit teacher. He loved the children and he wanted them to learn and he took them under his wing and he treated them like human beings. And Mr. McGuire was really an excellent teacher. You know, some people are called to be teachers. Some people just go into teaching because they want the summers off. They think it's a great field of career to go into, and they're really not called to be a teacher. Then you have like nurses and doctors that go into that because of the money, and then they're not really supposed to be a doctor or a nurse. You know, I believe things like that are a calling. Um, Everybody else may not have that same opinion, but I do, especially well in both fields, because you can ruin a child's life if they get the wrong teacher. It can ruin their life. I mean, I've seen it happen. I can't wait for Josie and I to do our show on the 13th. I look forward to it. It's always a good time. Thank you, Rhonda. Angie, Johnny has a video on thumbnails worth a watch. Okay, thank you, Claudette. I'll watch that. Yes, it is, Rhonda. See, I can see Josie being a nurse. I can see Josie being a nurse because even though Josie has a big heart, she's not emotional. You know, there's a difference in having a big heart and being emotional. You have been around these people that just are so emotional and they act like they just, oh, they love everybody and they want to hug and la 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 la. And then it could care less, really. It's just all an act. But then you have people that really do their job and they want the patient to be treated with respect and dignity. And it's not about them, it's about the patient. You know, and y'all, this cough has gotten a lot better. I'm so glad to say that. But I don't know. I don't really get this sometimes. I'll just tell y'all this. I've always been able to read people. Like it's a gift and a curse. It just depends on how you look at it. I got that from my dad, I think. I think I got it from my dad. But as soon as somebody walks up to me, they can introduce themselves and I can be around them and I can just about sum them up in probably less than 5 minutes to tell you what kind of person they are. Now, have I ever been wrong? Yes, I've been wrong. I haven't batted 100 percent, but and of course I've had to ask forgiveness when I was wrong, and I didn't have a problem with that because I can always admit if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, but you know the problem is when somebody's wrong and they can't admit it. I mean, we all make mistakes. I don't mind telling somebody when I'm wrong. That makes you look human. It makes you look, well, there's Susie Woozy. Hello, Susie Woozy. How are you? Welcome in. But telling someone that you were wrong in a situation shows you that you're human, that you make mistakes, that um you know you're not very you have pride, but you don't let your pride overrule what's right and what's wrong. And I believe in integrity. You know, integrity is always doing the right thing no matter who's watching. You know, and the one thing that I could say that was my downfall is I'm loyal to a fault. I mean, I'm loyal sometimes where it has been detrimental to my being. That's how loyal I am. If you ever become my friend, I'm very, very loyal. Welcome in, everyone. Don't forget to give me one of these and share me out. What you doing today, Susie? Susie was on with Dawn's Southern Pines today. They have the doghouse. And 1 week, or was it on Susie's channel? I think it was on Dawn's. Anyway, I was watching it. 1 week they have it on Dawn's Southern Pines, and next week they have it on Susie Woozy's channel. And they have a crafting show with Teresa Yarn again that comes on once a week. And I happened to miss it this week, and I was so disappointed because I really enjoyed going in there and listening to them talk and, you know, just share different things and talk about crafting, even though I don't craft. I don't mind talking about it. Hey, Tooch Man, I wanted to tell you something, Tooch Man. I'm so glad you came in. All right, so my package, you know, the one we've been trying to get to me forever and a day. So I track it. It's 9 miles at the next post office in the next town. So I call them. They're like, no, we sent that back to Jackson, which is 45 miles away from me. I said, why did you send it back to Jackson? It was supposed to come to Weston. Well, it got on the wrong transit. We have to send it back, and then they're going to send it back. Now, what kind of sense does that make? If I would have known that, I would have had James stop by there on his way home from work days before I called, if I would have known before they sent it back. And I would have just got him to pick it up. But y'all, USPS is ridiculous. They are ridiculous. So I said, how long is it going to take for it to go back to Jackson and back to me? Oh, I don't know. It just depends on when they receive it. They scan it in, and we're way behind. That's what she tells me. We're way behind on the scanning. I mean, you're a federal agency. You're supposed to be disciplined, and you're supposed to know the job. It's been here forever. It's not like we hadn't had the post office forever. I mean, I know it's not been forever, but in my lifetime, we've always had USPS, okay? So I wanted you to know where the package was, Tooch. It's closer to me than it's ever been, but it still hadn't got to me, but I'm still keeping up with it. Oh, next week is on Susie's. Yeah. And they have their little fur babies that of course, the doghouse. That's why they call it that. Duh. Yeah, the package is on vacation. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Deborah, I'm so glad you dropped in. How are you doing? You are always in my thoughts and prayers. Every time I see you on an auction or doing your own live, I just stop and say a little prayer for you. I was talking to James about your situation last night. He and I were talking. And you're in my prayers. Just know that. I know. I was tracking it today. The track says it's been in Hazars for 8 days. I know. And see, she swore up and down to me that it was already sent back. But the reason it's still showing that it's in Hazelhurst is because they hadn't scanned it. Jackson hadn't scanned it. It's crazy. I may get it next year, but at least I know it's floating around somewhere. But anyway, Tooch, I'm so glad you came in for more than just that reason. But I'm glad you came in for me to be able to vocally explain to you that I understand where the package is now. There's Mike. He's following Josie. He is stalking Josie on my channel. Hey, Jessica. How are you? Welcome in, everyone. Don't forget to give me one of these. I'm surviving. God has me in his arms. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So let's see. Saturday is Josie's auction. Tomorrow's Josie's auction with Pam. Saturday's Josie's auction. Anybody else got anything going on? Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Let me know so we can tell everybody. Hey, Sandy, how are you doing? Welcome in. Y'all, did y'all hear about that about Gene Hackman and his wife? What in the world? I hadn't read up on it. I don't know what they're saying happened or didn't happen, or all I know is that they found them and they are unalived. So, you'll be napping? Oh, well, see, honestly, Mike, to tell you the truth, that would be me too, except I got a big surprise that my son and granddaughter are going to be coming tomorrow. And so I'll have them here with me. So I won't be in the norm. I love surprises like that. Let's read on. Let's read on. I have an auction Friday at 12 Central, 2 p.m. while Phil is at the senior citizen. Deborah, how is that center? I mean, do you like it? Is it like funded by your state, or how does that work? And just in short term, with you putting in a short answer without having to type all this stuff, if you can do that. I don't even know if Mississippi has such a thing. I'm sure they do, but I don't think they have one in our area because we're very rural. I mean, the closest big place we have is Jackson, and that's the capital of our state. And I don't even know if they have one there, which I've never looked for one. So I can't say for sure, but I've heard about them. I've heard about centers, Now, if nothing's a calling, that's a calling to work at a senior center, and because I know that Deborah's husband suffers from Alzheimer's, and she entrusts him in their arms and hands while she goes and does what she needs to do, even if it's her getting rest. And that reminds me, Deborah, I know what I was talking to James about yesterday. You were saying you didn't know if you should go wake him up to get his bath. He was asleep in his recliner, I think after you had fixed him breakfast before he went to the senior citizen, the senior center. Josie said, no naps, Mike. You cannot nap. That's a no-no. Tooch of Glass on my channel tonight. It said, oh, let me write that down, which I'm even though I am followers of just about everybody that comes in my channel, do you know I don't get notices? And that's never going to change. I hear other people saying that. Tooch is on at 6. Wait, is that a 6 Eastern? That's 5 my time. I may be a little late, Tooch, because I got all this going on, and but I'm gonna come over and check it out. Also, are you by yourself tonight, Tooch? Guess what? And y'all know I don't really particularly like what I'm about to say, but James starts nights again tonight. He's been off 7 days. And y'all know how I feel about him working nights. Number one, I never get any sleep. Number two, I don't know what it is. I got to quit saying that I don't like it, because the more I say it, the more I loathe it. So I need to reverse my perception on it, and just while he's gone, take advantage of the time while he's not here and just pray and ask the Lord to let me have a good night's sleep and do more meditation and prayer, and maybe it wouldn't be so bad. But I'm telling y'all, when he works nights, and it really isn't all fear. Yeah, I do think about falling, with nobody here. I do think about that. I'm not going to lie and say I don't. But it's not only that, it's just, I don't know what it is. I just have never gotten used to him working nights. Okay. If I needed him, he could get here in about 22 minutes, not trying to do 100 miles an hour. But anyway, I got to quit saying that about not liking him working nights, because I need to get a whole new perception on that. That's going to be a goal for me. I'm going to try to turn that around. Hey, Matthew, how are you doing? Love it. Pay $20 an hour. It keeps him busy. A RN, CNA, 56 helpers, ages 30 to 100. Wow. How long has it been open, Deborah? Or did you just find it, or what? Oh, they're doing God's work. 6 helpers. Okay. I have 600 left until 5. Oh, wow, Matthew. Congratulations. Thank you, Jessica. Is James able to ask boss if he could start getting day shifts, Angie? It has been there a long time. Well, the way his work, hold on a minute, Claudette, and I'll answer that question. 2 old guys, vintage oddities. Becky's been. Oh, you're gonna have some guests. Oh, cool. He goes to his head. You have to talk to him in his language that goes to his heart. Yes. The way James's job is, it's hard to explain. I think I've explained it before. It's shift work, and they have the train running night and days, and they don't just have a day shift and a night shift. They rotate. And like once one person over it rotates, it's just a rotation. But he's going to retire in 4 years. I'm so excited that my church is having a 12 p.m. Ash Wednesday Mass so that I can finally go in person service. Phil will be at the center. Oh, that's awesome, Deborah. Yes. Y'all, I have to confess this. I haven't been to church, been able to go to church since 2013. What is that? 12 years? But I don't feel any less. Honestly, I feel closer to God than I did when I went to church. If I can say that, I feel like I will say that, because it's not so political. Church has turned into committees. Well, they don't call them committees anymore. They call them teams. Because that sounds more personal when you call it a team instead of a committee. And, you have to, which I always felt welcome at the church that I went to. It was a home church that when I went to as a child. My grandmother went there. I mean, we had so many relatives there. We were related to just about everybody that went to that church. So I felt very welcomed at that church. And a lot of people said they didn't, because we were all related. And if somebody came that wasn't related to us, we didn't receive them very well. I mean, that was the talk. And I don't think I was like that, but that could have been true. But I don't really like to go to a church where you have to dress a certain way. You have to have a certain amount of money. You have to speak a certain way. I don't, to me, church has turned into, I don't know, this big show. So he does get day shifts. Or yeah, he works days. He shifts. Sometimes when I say James is working days today, uh, then he's on like 7 in the morning to 7 at night. Well, when he works nights, he works 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. 12s. He works 12-hour shifts. This is kind of funny to me. The less men think, the more they talk. Oh, yeah, that's true. Church don't change your beliefs or faith. Yeah. I've only been to go online masses since the pandemic and due to bills and dementia. Now, see, there's a particular service that James and I watch when he's not here that we watch. So it's not like I don't hear somebody else speaking the word, but I read the word, pray, meditate. I have beliefs. So I don't, and I wouldn't tell everybody this because I raised James and I both did. We brought both of our children up in church and they have a fantastic foundation. And I would recommend that for anybody that has a small child. James and I got back in church when Matt was 7 months old. And we went faithfully until both of our children graduated high school, and then I got ill. And and now Taylor's taking Lincoln, which Brent works Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and he can't go. But he wants to go. So now he's praying that he gets a different shift so he can be off on the weekends. And y'all, let me tell you what happened last night. Taylor texts me and tells me that they had 2 dogs, Gunner and Stella. I don't remember if y'all heard me talk to y'all about those 2 animals. But Gunner got run over yesterday. But the guy did stop and go up to their house and tell them that Gunner was chasing after him. Because, see, Tyler was asleep. And Brent had let Gunner out. And they usually go out, come right back in. Well, Gunner went down by the road and he got ran over. So now they have just Stella, which they were devastated about Gunner. But it's never easy to lose a pet, especially when it's something that could have been, I don't want to say control, but it could have not happened. But I told Taylor, I said, don't fret over it. Don't blame yourself. It's okay. Frosty the Game Slayer, welcome in. Hey, Leon, how are you? Welcome in. How are you doing? Thank you, Claudette, for all you do for my channel. I appreciate it. Children are educated by what grown-ups is and not by his talk. Bill has been pissed off at God since his mom had cancer and passed away in 1990. So I'm not going to force him. Yes. You can't do that. I totally agree, Deborah. You can't force it. Love you, CJ. So good that you dropped by. There's the costume jeweler. Y'all don't forget, go over and watch his thrifting videos. He'll have a sale Saturday night on his channel. But he does thrifting videos. He's a thrifter. Not a drifter, a thrifter. And I love him. Love him, love him, love him. And there's Steph. Hey, Steph, how are you? Welcome in. So, Ella and I, our next Keeping It Real is not this Sunday, but next Sunday. Date is that? That may be the night that I was thinking that mine and Josie's is on. Yeah. Ella and I, ours is on the night. And it's on my channel. Yeah, it's on my channel on the night. All right, Deborah, love you. Anytime you can get some rest, honey bunny, get some rest, okay? I can't repeat everything. CJ has this little thing that he says when he comes on, like he sells jewelry, purses, knickknacks, and he has like 5 different things that he just rattles off. And now he's going to start selling scarves. I think he's going to add that to his selling. But it's a real cute, like, little jingle that he does when he comes on. And of course, y'all know they call his chat the Hen Den, which I think is the cutest little name. Yeah, it was sad, Susie. They rescued Gunner because Gunner, Brent would always pass this house, and Gunner was tied up at this house, and the owner was just neglecting him. So Brent stopped at the house and said, "Look, I'll take the dog if you're not going to spend time with him, and you're not even look like you're feeding him anymore. Just let me take him, and you can just get rid of him." So the man gave Gunner to Brent. So Brent and Taylor just kind of rescued him from this bad situation. And they had him for years. And he was so abused, he was skittish, and he didn't want to come around for a long time. We had to, get him to where he felt comfortable around all of us and everything. Oh, and he fell in love with James. James was his person. Taylor tried to get James and I to take Gunner one time. She said, "Mama, Gunner loves Dad more than he loves us. You and Dad are to take Gunner in." And I said, "Taylor, Mama cannot take a pet in." After us losing the last one that we had, at that time I wasn't ready. I was like, "Taylor, we just can't. I'm sorry." But he's welcome to come here anytime that, when you're coming this way. But Gunner loved James. Just loved him. What you got going on, Steph? Thank you, Susie. Just let Claudette know if you want your link dropped. If you don't have um a blue pass. Have a good day, Jessica. I trip sometimes. You're so crazy. Hey, Nana, how are you doing? I get the most compliments on my intro. And I always say, "Nana Tink did that for me." And my um when somebody gives me a super sticker, super chat, my little thank you, I always say, "That's Nana Tink's work." Nana, be sure to tell everybody what's going on with you now about your auctions and where you're going to be. Oh, I need to tell y'all this. Ella and Victoria are going to be on Susanna's channel Saturday night at 9 Eastern doing some naughty and nice talk. Now, This is not for everybody. I know, if you don't, I'm not trying to advertise it as, it's for everybody, because it's not. But if you feel like some laughs and you feel adult enough to be able to handle what comes out of Victoria's mouth, because Victoria is hilarious when it comes to things like that. And go over there, and the thumbnail's up. It's up. And be in the chat Saturday night at 9 Eastern, which would be 8 Central, 9 Eastern. If it's 8 Central, that means it's gonna be 6 on the West Coast. I'm trying to learn all these times, y'all. Y'all cannot imagine how illiterate I was when I started YouTube and was trying to learn the time zones. Y'all just cannot imagine. But I have learned them pretty good. I do get them mixed up sometimes. Well, for listening and talking may depend on the person, yes. Getting ready for my trip. Mr. Stephanie is still working on my vehicle. Oh, are you going by yourself? It's going to be the both of you, isn't it, Steph? Whatnots and doodads. That's right. I cannot say all that. But I mean, he rattles it all. He rattles it all, which he does it. So he sent me the picture of all the stuff that he had sold, and he was trying to box up and send out. And it was just lined up everywhere. And a lot of people, and we were talking about it, and a lot of you that have auctions can relate to this. The fun part is getting on YouTube, and I've done it because I've had auctions before, and selling it. Then after you sell it, you've got to invoice it. You got to get payment, which I love the way Miss Josie does it. Miss Josie, she sends the invoice out that after the auction that day. She wants payment within 24 hours that day, which how she does all that, I don't know. And then after you get payment, you have to box it, weigh it, put a label on it. And of course, if you have a big box like this, they have to measure each corner, each side, the width, the depth, width, depth, height, and all that. I mean, that takes time. And you got to print all those labels out. It's not just get on here and sell things. It's a whole nother job after you get through selling what you sell. And then trying to find, and on top of that, the supplies that you have to have in order to keep, if just say you sell glass, like Tooch is having a sale tonight, and he's selling glass. Okay, you got to have that bubble wrap, lots of it, because we all know that USPS and UPS is not kind with your boxes. I mean, they're throwing on everywhere. They're not kind. And hey, Pamela, welcome in, sweetheart. How are you? Let's see. I guess it all depends on the person. If you only plays good music, people don't listen, and one who plays bad music, people don't talk. And that's another thing I talked to CJ about. He does play like different kind of like slow theme music while he's selling in his auction, which I think is very cool. I would love to have some soothing music playing while I'm doing my neighborhood chat, but you take a chance. It's like he said, you don't ever know. YouTube may say that it's not restricted or copyrighted, but then months down the road, you might get something that says, hey, you played this music and this was wrong. I just don't want to take that chance. I'd rather not take that chance. My Roxy was in a bad situation before we got her. She come around 9 years. She's coming around 9 years. Yes, it takes a long time. Hey Myra, how are you? Welcome in. Now I don't know if y'all know it, but Steph has the Groves Bargain Emporium. She has auctions. I'm here to promote auction channels, which I love to do that. And here's the thing, y'all. I cannot keep up. Last night, I was trying to go to everybody auction that I support, okay? I would go to one, stay a little while, visit, if I wanted to purchase something, I'd purchase it. Then I would see somebody else on. I said, well, I got to drop by there. I mean, I'm making the rounds. And I'm thinking, how many more people on YouTube are going to start having auctions that I know? Because it's just a lot of people that are having auctions now that I just adore and love, and I want to support them. And I want to go over there, and if I can and I'm able to, I want to purchase something or at least be there in the chat. But I think I went to, I don't know, 3 last night. It was just crazy. Okay, Susie, thank you for dropping by. Oh, Nana, you're so sweet. Thank you. Let's play this. Oh, my goodness. Let me get to it. Here we go. Thank you, Nana. Super Chill. Thank you, Nana. Yeah, Nana does so good with those. Oh, I know you work 7 days a week, Josie. And then, because Josie always says, well, I'm a night owl. CJ's a night owl. Some people just come alive at night. Actually, I feel better at night than I do when I first wake up in the mornings. It takes me about anywhere, like I've been up since 4:30. It takes me till about 10:30 or 11 o'clock to feel like I'm part of that day. I mean, my pain level is so bad when I wake up that, number one, I have to get up because my body's saying if you don't get up, you're just going to keep hurting. So I get up, and I can't take my medicine that early in the morning for pain. So I have to wait for I take it about 9 o'clock. But if I get up and start moving around, I can get to functioning better. And that's another thing I wanted to tell y'all. So the physical therapist came by Tuesday, and we've been standing up at my sink. Well, I didn't know it because I then got so used to doing this because I'd gotten so weak and I didn't realize. But when I would stand up, I would drop this shoulder on my bad side. No, and I would rest more on my good leg and take the weight off my bad leg. I wasn't realizing I was doing it. So he took a picture. He showed me where my shoulder was like this. I was unbalanced. So now he's got me to where I'm standing straight. It's been a couple of weeks. And I'm shifting weight from one foot to the other, which when we started, I was only standing 45 seconds, and that's just standing. That's not shifting weight. Now, when you say, well, how hard is it to shift weight? What you don't understand is my left leg is paralyzed and it doesn't even work. But I still have to shift weight on it in order to be able to learn how to walk again. Like walk like you walk, not scoot. So I started shifting weight and standing, with my spine straight. And he took a picture where my spine was straight, my shoulders were straight, and showed me the difference. So we started shifting weight on both of my feet. And he said, next, I'm going to have to pick up my good leg and let it all the weight go on my bad leg. Now that's where I have a problem, because I always feel like, well, I can't feel my bad leg. I always feel like it's going to give out and I'm going to fall if I put a lot of weight on that bad side, because I can't feel it. I mean, it's just like it's not there. But me lifting my bad leg and putting weight on my good leg, I don't have a problem with that. But that's where we are now in therapy. So it is helping. It's helping. Oh, you got Steph's box? Nice. Oh, I'm sure this is Mark, my sweet Mark. But this is Two Old Guys Vintage and Resales, and I'm sure y'all know them. But Michael and Mark, who I just adore, I love them. They're just sweet guys. And if y'all are not a part of their channel, y'all are missing out, because they are awesome. Mark does, Michael still works. He hasn't retired yet. And bless his heart, he works for USPS. And I'm sure he can probably tell you stories of how, when he first started, how they were to now, how it's went from one thing to the next. But thanks for coming in, Mark. But Mark is on with Cajun Roots Reseller on Monday evenings when they do the bingo. And he also is on with Janine. And I don't really know her whole title of her channel. I know that is so bad of me. But he's on with her. They do Friends Selling with Friends. I mean, Mark's in a lot of things. I mean, he does a lot. Mark, if I missed anything, put it in the chat. But y'all need to go over there and just be a part of their channel. Y'all are going to really enjoy it. Use the free, yeah, that's what I was talking about. But even though you're using the free YouTube music, they'll still come back sometimes and say, it's a copyright. They done that, I think, to Ellis a couple of times. And even though she would contest it, and they would take it off and say, yeah, you're right, we're not going to strike you for it, and they would take it off, she would play the music again, and they would go right back again and do the same thing. And she said she was just tired of just going back and, trying to fight it. Getting harder and harder. At least 5 auctions last night, including mine. I know, Nana, because I dropped in on you. Of course, my costume jeweler. Well, he had one in the daytime yesterday. And on Saturday night, he has one. Well, he had 4 this past week. Lisa, Fun Finds, Lisa's New Adventure, Colleen, Tracy, Steph, Ella during the day. I mean, it's just Victoria. It's just hard. Oh, thank you, Steph. You're so sweet. Oh, see, and Myra's having a buy it now sale on my channel and on my live in the morning. Now, Myra goes live at 7:05, I think, but she can correct me if I'm wrong. And so now it looks like she's having a a sale. So there's someone else that's selling things. But if you use the ones that you have to pay for in the YouTube Music Library, for those who are monetized to have privilege too, I'm not too sure about the ones that you have to pay for. Oh, you're selling owls? Cool. Oh, you're welcome, Stell. I love all of you so much. Y'all know I do. Oh, you're going to have a new intro soon? Cool. Yeah, and if y'all can ever get Claudette, this person right here, if you can ever befriend her and her become a part of your channel, she will watch your videos. She will give you watch time. She will comment. And when I say comment, I don't mean, oh, that was a nice video. No, she comments, like puts down a lot. So if you can ever befriend her to get her to be a part of your channel, you're doing good. YouTube had always been for now advised for everyone that chooses to use any third-party sources for things in their YouTube videos to make sure that they're paying attention to everything. If you do, pay attention to all your emails, even the third-party sites. Buying space, have fun. I'll try and be there, but we'll catch the replay if I oversleep. That's what's been happening to me. Now, though I woke up at 4:30 this morning, I did catch Auntie Mama. I did catch her. Then of course, James wakes up at 5:30, I think. Then we're fixing coffee. We're having our little talk, which I don't really like to talk that early in the morning. I'm just like, say very little. You know, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, Lord, let him say very little and let him say it real low because I don't feel like talking. So I didn't drop by Myra's today or to use the free stuff that YouTube provides. There is Nora, the cool kid of the block. Hey, Nora, what you doing, girl? How are you? What you been doing? Or if you got anything going on, let us know about it now. We want to tell everybody this is the neighborhood. We try to spread all the good gossip over here. And that reminds me, I got to do another gossip video. I got to tell y'all something. This has just blown me away, which it shouldn't have. I mean, people are going to be people, right? You're going to have some people that like stuff and some people that don't like stuff. People that like you, people who don't like you. I mean, I can handle all that. I'm 57 years old. You don't like me, you're lost, and we're good. You know, but by you not liking me doesn't mean I don't like you. You know, it has no reflection on that. But you know those gossip videos that I was doing? I think I have 4 of them up. Do you know I got thumbs down on those videos? I did. And I'm thinking, who would put a thumbs down on me uplifting channels? Who would do that? Because my gossip videos are uplifting other channels, but obviously I'm thinking, okay, they didn't watch the video. They just looked at the title of the video and they saw the word gossip and they thought, well, I don't like gossip. I'm just going to thumbs down that video. I can't begin to understand why they did what they did. I don't know. But it's fine. I mean, I don't care if you do or not. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it, and give me a thumbs down. That's you. But oh, big hugs to you. It's just Janine's. That's simple enough. I can remember that. And you know, Denise's Magical Emporium. She is on with Janine. And on Wednesdays, and that's where Mike is. I call him Michael because my brother's name was Michael, but I don't get to say that name very often because my brother has passed away and I'm not around that many Michaels anymore. But Michael's on with Margie, Vintage, Jewels, Gems, Pearls, and More. I think I got that right. I might have got two words mixed up. And on Wednesdays, he's on with them, with her, Denise's Magical Emporium, and Michael. They're on together on Margie's channel. Hey, D, and there you go. There's D. Okay, she's another one. She has auctions. She also collabs with other channels. D has pop-ups. D, I got my boxes, and I love them. The ones that you were selling that you can store things in. I don't know. Josie got one too, or two of them. I think you were selling them by threes. But I really like the boxes. I really do. D has a lot of good merchandise. She has a lot of different things that she sells. She sells like dishes and clothes and whatnots, makeup, just a variety of all kind of things. Baskets. I think whatever she wants to sell or chooses to sell, she just sells. Sunday at 2. Yeah, that's on y'all's channel. Yeah, Sundays. That's right. How did I miss that? Wow. And Mike and Mark are just hilarious together. I mean, they are so funny. I mean, if y'all have been around Mark more than y'all have Michael, just wait if you go over to their channel and see the two of them together. It's just hilarious. Hey, Christina, my sister. How are you? Christina's my dumpster diver. She finds all this cool stuff. I'm telling you, I'm just cool stuff. I think this is one of the headbands that she sent me that I have on that I love. But plus she does the Winning Walk with Christina, and it's very good conversation. And every time I go on there, Christina, I keep thinking, why doesn't she have more people in here than this? Because it's such good conversation. I mean, what you're saying is the truth, and you are just bringing it. And I'm going, yes. I'm just patting my foot the whole time you're talking, and I'm like, why aren't people coming in here listening to this? So y'all go over there and visit the Winning Walk with Christina. Whether monetized or not, make sure to read the license type before downloading to be sure that it's okay to be used, even if monetized before using your videos. Yes. What's your schedule, D? What you got going on? Ella. Ella is, she and Victoria were together today. And of course, you know that was a hoot. Like I said, they're going to be on Saturday on Susanna's channel. And tomorrow, Ella's got her Friday auction. I'm sure she and Victoria will be there. Ella got a pallet in. She has some new things to come in. But Ella's my other, I'm her co-host in the Keeping It Real that I said we were going to do. It's on my channel on the 9th of March. Ella's an awesome person. You want to talk about real? Ella is real. I sell somewhere once a month. You do? Where are you selling, Myra? How am I missing it? I joined 6 channels this week. I'm addicted and I don't even buy. Yeah, Claudette is the best. Y'all, I'm not kidding. I guess I can do this now that I'm older and don't have any children in the house that I have to set the example for, which I try to set the example. Now, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm trying. But when your child was at home and you had one that played video games and you had to limit the time that they played, and you would walk up, well, I say you, but I would walk in my son's room because my daughter didn't play video games very much. And he would just be, playing. And he was a straight A student. He played sports. I mean, it wasn't like he just did video games. That wasn't the case. But I would say, Matt, you've been on that video game long enough. Get off of there with your friends and come in here and spend time with the family. Or, I got some chores you can do. And I couldn't understand why he wanted to play that game all the time. Well, now that I'm on YouTube, I can completely understand why he wants to stay on the game. Because I stay on YouTube. Claudette can contest to this. She and I see each other all the time on YouTube. All hours of the day and night. And I'm like, Angie, you got to get this under control, honey. You got to get this under control. But y'all have to also understand that since I got out of the hospital, I haven't went outside my home because of the rain. And I just hadn't felt like it. So I got out of the hospital January the 27th. I've been inside my house. Okay? So there you go. That answers that question. Yeah, Claudette does watch a lot of playlists. Hey, Shanika, how are you doing? Welcome in. I see Shanika in auctions. That girl gets around to the auctions too. And I'll tell y'all something else since we're confessing. I say we, but I'm doing most of it. I used to talk about James, and y'all have been here enough to know. I used to talk about James being a hoarder, and I had to control him with that. And if I passed away, the town would probably come repossess or take over our house because there'd be so much stuff in the yard. Okay? So now I'm getting stuff, and I'm like, where am I going to put this? Why did I buy this? What did I need this for? What am I going to do with it? And stuff is just stacking up. And I give stuff away, but it seems like the more I get rid of, the more comes in. And I can't keep up with it. But you know what they always say? You can't outgive God. Whatever you give with a free heart, freely, God's going to bless it and going to give you tenfold back. But that's not why I give stuff away to get that. It's just that I love giving to people that I feel led to give to. Now, I don't want to just give because somebody told me that I should, or if somebody's whining, telling me I should give because they need it. Oh, it's Christina's anniversary? Oh, well, happy anniversary. GJ Threeful's giving all this good information about YouTube. Oh, Josie, really? You received thumbs down on your daughter's memorial video? There's all kind of people in the world. I'm telling you. Hey, Laura Young, how are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, thank you, Mark, for putting all that in there. It is. It is. It doesn't bother me. Honestly, it doesn't bother me. I mean, a lot of people get devastated if people leave a thumbs down. I mean, if I don't sleep tonight, it won't be because somebody gave me a thumbs down on my gossip videos. Okay? That won't be the reason. I mean, I have pretty thick skin that if you dish it out, I can take it, but you better be willing to take it if I dish it out. I mean, it can't be one-sided. And James has been married to me 37 years, almost 38. In May, it'll be 38. And he can tell you, once you get me started on dishing it out, I'm relentless. I just go on and on and on. He can contest to that. Oh, Nana says she loves the bases, D. So I'm back on track to get me another computer. You know, James and I had all that happen this 2024. You know, we had the air conditioner went out. We had to here at our house. We had the transmission in his truck went out. We had to do that. Then the ceiling in our dining room, remember that happening? We had to fix that. So my computer got put on the back burner. Well, we were doing our budget for this year and figuring things out. So it looks like I'm back on track to get my a new computer with a better camera here in a few months. Everybody's speaking. Yes. He can be a pain. I bet he can. Hey, Melinda, how are you doing? Melinda is another one. Melinda is a good supporter of channels, and Zane is a sweetheart. He is a sweetie. He is the most giving child. He gives, he loves to give. I don't know, when you get to know people on YouTube, after today, tonight, tomorrow, Victoria will have to sleep all weekend. I know. And you know, Nana, when she gets in that situation, she'll be gone out of the sight for that many days because Victoria will finally say, look, I gotta sleep. Y'all gotta leave me alone. I'm not answering the phone. I gotta get some rest. At least she will do that. Buying Space will be on Friends Selling with Friends. April the 8th. Cool. The home store is doing their February toss outs right now. I went this morning and filled up the truck in my rental car. I'm going back in a few. Oh my goodness. I can't imagine are you going to do a video? I sold at Johnny's twice and then at Victoria's auction where she sold slots for Dawn's brother-in-law. Oh, okay. Hey, quiet listener, how are you? Welcome in. So what y'all got planned for this weekend? I know these people that are having auctions are doing auctions the weekend probably. But what y'all got planned? Okay, have y'all heard this? Let me ask y'all. Hey sis Angel, how are y'all doing? You doing okay? I think my stuff is multiplying. That could be possible. What about the time change? You know, we're supposed to spring forward on March the 9th. That's just a couple of weeks away. That Saturday night before Ella and I's show on Sunday. That means days are going to be longer. But we will still have some cold weather because Easter's not to the 20th of April. So after Good Friday, it starts warming up. So we're going to be kind of having some cold spells even after we spring forward. I mean, I feel like we will. I mean, one time it snowed here in Mississippi in March. Matt was about 8 months old. No. That's a film. He had to be a little over a year because he was walking. How are you doing, Angel? Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you love it. Thank y'all for coming in. Don't forget to give me one of these. Anyway, what I was going to say about the time change is I think it's in the House of Representatives that they passed that there would be no more change. Like in November, we wouldn't fall back. But now it has to go to the Senate. I don't think it's like become legit, like it's going to really happen. But they started the process. I think that's where it is now. I'm not sure. Now, to me, I thought it was up to the state to decide if they wanted to recognize daylight savings times or not. Like Arizona doesn't, or parts of Arizona doesn't recognize it. I don't know what other state doesn't recognize it. I don't know. Isn't there a way you can make it show only thumbs up so people leaving the thumbs down won't be able to see it? No, the only reason I see it is because when I go in and go over to my studio and I look at my content, I go over to my videos and I can see how many thumbs downs have been left, how many thumbs up on all my videos. That's how I see it. Yeah, I've had mine too long, Nana. I just need a new one. I need a updated computer. If I'm going to continue to do YouTube, I'm going to have an upgraded computer. And I do plan on continuing to do YouTube. I love it. A lot of people have had bad experiences on YouTube, but I love YouTube. There's Boatman. Welcome in to the neighborhood chat. Bye, Myra. Have a good day. Oh, sis Angel, I can see where you're stressed out over that, but I'm going to pray that you'll be calm and that you'll just have a peace that comes over you and that you will just walk in there with just total peace about the whole situation and not have any fear. That's my prayer. Please check out my new episode of Scratching with Strangers, episode 15. Let me write that down. Claudette said that. See, Claudette watches Nora. I'm telling you, she watches everybody. Nana said, I love YouTube too. Oh, thank you, quiet listener. That's sweet. But you know what, Angel? whatever what your response is, you do not worry about how. I know you wouldn't want to do what you just said. I wouldn't want to throw up on the judge. But I'm just going to be praying for peace and calmness. Because where fear is, faith can't work. And where faith is, fear can't work. Because they're the opposite of each other. So I'm just going to pray that you have faith and you have peace. And you're going to be calm and confident and strong. That's my prayer for you. Because fear is not an easy thing to conquer when you're afraid of something. It's just like I told my physical therapist. I fell before I went to the hospital last time. And the ambulance came and they were trying to get me because I had fallen. Well, he said, your breathing doesn't sound good. We're going to have to take you to the hospital. Your oxygen is low. And I'm going, but had I not fallen, I would have sat right here at this house. And the pneumonia would have got worse. And the flu would have got worse. Because I feel bad all the time. I would have just thought, I'm having a bad day. I'm feeling worse. And because that happened, I got better. But I said that to say this. Because I failed that day, now when I have physical therapy and he wants me to put all my weight on my bad leg, I have a fear that it's going to buckle and I'm going to fall. And that's why I hesitate to do it. And that's what I told him. And he said, I understand that. I understand you have a fear of falling. I said, I do. Because I do not want to break a hip. Because if I break a hip, I'm probably going to be bedridden. And I don't want that. I don't want that. New York is unpredictable for snow. I know May, June, and July there was no snow in New York, but not in many years, but it has happened. I can't imagine snow in July. I cannot imagine. We had a tornado in January one time. Wow. Y'all, another thing, this weather has been kind of strange the last few years. Even this last year, we have had more tornadoes and tornado warnings in the months that we used to never see them. Never see them. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I can wiggle my toes. But my pelvic area and my right leg from my hip down to my feet is numb. I can't feel it. And you know how this is your foot. Let's just say this is your foot. And people go heel to toe, heel to toe, heel to toe. That's how you walk. Well, I can't go heel to toe because this muscle in front of my leg doesn't work anymore. It's called foot drop. I have foot drop. It was July of 1957 and May of 1988. And you know how I can take my left foot because I have to do my physical therapy exercises. So I can take my left foot and I can twist it, bend it up, back, do this, do that. My right foot, I can't do this. You know how you bring your foot up and down? I can't do that. I can go side to side a little bit. But the muscle in the back part of my leg works. But I'm never going to regain that muscle back. They've already told me that. Because they waited so long to diagnose me that it literally destroyed that muscle. But if I get the AFO, which is the brace, which I've had one before, I can put my foot in it and it causes me to heel to toe, so I can walk. Yeah, I don't know how much that I appreciate y'all coming over when I do a live. It just brightens my day. It makes my day. I love each and every one of you. And I'm so happy that y'all are a part of my life. I'm losing my voice again. But I'm so happy y'all are a part of my life. And y'all need to tell people that. People that you love and care about, them. You need to tell them. And you need to love people that are unlovable. That's the true test. The true test is to try to love someone that seems like they can't be loved. I mean, how easy is it to love somebody that loves you? That's easy. Loving somebody that doesn't love is the test. Thank you, Christina. Face the Ace. Welcome in. Oh, I love you too, Josie. You ought to know that. You know, Josie and I, we knew of each other. I'm going to tell this little story. Josie and I knew each other in chats for a long time. But we wasn't like speaking like we do now. Like she and I speak over emails and stuff like that. We really didn't know each other. But now, since I've gotten to know Josie better than I did just in chats, I just love her to death. She's so sweet and kind and real. I mean, I just can't say enough. And just like Nana Tink and I have talked to each other on StreamYard. She's helped me with computer stuff. Nana's another one. Well, I'm going to get off here and let y'all go see. I love you too, Nana. Mr. Doggity Dog, welcome in. I'm just going to shut her down. I'm going to let y'all go on and see who else is on YouTube. And I'm going to be coming out with a neighborhood chat video and a couple of short videos, little short videos. But I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. If you need me, my email is in my About page. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye.